What is this? What are you doing? Good evening, folks. How the devil are we doing? Ezekiel, Mex, McX, Leppy, GG, Desudro. Good evening, folks. Leppy, thank you for the bits. We are back. We're back with some honey. Full disclosure, before we go on, I'm a little bit poorly today. I'm a little bit under the weather. So if I seem a little bit out of it, it's because I'm dosed up. Oh shit, I'm dosed up on pills. I'm feeling a little bit peaky. But we're back. We're back with some more honey. I want to crack on some more with this colony. I've played for maybe a cycle since we were last here, or 2 cycles maybe, just to lay out a plan of a natural gas gen build, and also finish vacuuming this room off, just so we didn't have to wait for ages. Excuses already. No, I'm rough. I went to the cinema yesterday with the lady. We went to watch Infinity Wars, and behind us there was this family, or there was a mum and about 15 million kids. And they were all just coughing and spluttering and sneezing, and I've just felt shitty ever since. Like the last 24 hours just felt a bit rough. Meh, what are you gonna do? Just a little recap. What did we do last stream? We rescued our shine bugs because we were down to 2 shine bugs. So we rescued those and we started repopulating them. Not really doing much with them yet, just sort of getting their numbers up a little bit, and we'll start collecting their eggs and seeing how much of an excess we get. We seem to have had a little Draco outbreak here, but that's fine. That's where we're just storing them for now. We capped our natural gas. Both of our natural gas guys are now capped. This one's currently inactive. It's dormant for another 20 cycles. I don't think this one's probably alive for very long. Oh no, this one doesn't go dormant for 27 cycles. We're not actually getting masses of gas off this, but we are collecting it. And it is being collected now in our natural gas room, just whilst we wait to get our gens online. The fertilizer synth room we built as well. This is now, I've connected up the polluted water, so this is now getting a supply of water. And it's just started making fertilizer, basically. We've not even had our first drop of fertilizer yet. I'm not sure why these bottom ones aren't doing much yet. Oh, it's probably loaded it into our sweepers, that's fine. So that's up and running. We did a lot of tidying last stream. We set up a lot of little mini chambers, like our natural gas chamber, carbon dioxide chamber, chlorine chamber, oil chamber, petroleum chamber. We got all these things ready to go. I just did a lot of tinkering and pottering around last stream. But today I want to crack on with getting some exosuits put in down here so that we can get down to our oil biome. And I noticed our pacu fish here, we expected these to turn to tropical pacu fish because we had pacu fish in oil and it's warm down here. But lo and behold, we have a gulp fish egg. So our pacu fish, a gulp fish egg is 0.9%, and we managed to get one. So I instantly started thinking, well, maybe we should do something with the gulp fish because I've not played with them yet. Tropical pacu fish just give you more decor, and I'm not really asked about that. But my instant thought was, we've got a slush geyser. So why don't I maybe take 50% of the water that's coming from here and send it into another little tank for some gulp fish? What do you reckon about that? I thought that could be good. Neuro, good evening, buddy. Share some pills if they're that good. They have nothing good, mate. Just lots and lots of paracetamol and ibuprofen. Neuro, how are you, mate? All's normal. Thanks, Max. Business as usual. Thanks, guys. Jesus. What do you think of the movie? I thought it was very good. Very, very good. I enjoyed it a lot. I kind of knew a little bit the Thanos backstory, so I kind of knew what to expect. But I thought it was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. There was a few like, what the fuck moments, like where, as always with comic book things, you're like, why didn't they just use teleportation at this point? Why didn't they just do this at this point? But other than that, it was very good. I enjoyed it a lot. So you feel no moment, get your rest. I'll be alright, the Sudro. It's just a 24-hour bug, I think. Fucking snotty kids. Blech. The gulpfish is going to insta-die, lol. No, we're going to rescue him from here. We'll rescue it from here and we'll move it somewhere. I'm thinking we'll put it in our slush geyser water. That's what I was thinking. If they're in minus water, they put out ice. Oh. Do you still lose half the mass, Mex? You know, like when you freeze normal water, do you still lose half the mass, do you know? So that'll be interesting. I didn't like the ending since I didn't know it's in 2 parts. Once I learned about that, it's okay. Yeah, it's weird to see the bad guy win. Oh, I should be careful, spoilers. But yeah, it is a 2-parter, so we knew it wasn't going to be quite that simple. I do have a couple of critters starving and stuff, but honestly, I don't really care. These in this room, because I've not got enough meal wood in this room for 8 Drecos, occasionally one of them will start starving, but it's sort of like they're cycling. One will starve, and then he'll eat the food of somebody else, and then another one will starve, and I don't really care. We're not going to put any more in there. We've only been using them for the little bit of plastic we've got off them, to be fair, and 5 tons, because I'm not using any exploits. I'm not like wrangling them and reharvesting them and things like that. I've just sort of forgot about them. We'll just leave them. If they give me high pressure vents every now and again when I need them, for now, that's all I really care about. So I've done a little build down here. This is just going to be a natural gas gem build, and what I was thinking was we'll trickle over the water that comes out of this build. So our electrolyzers obviously bypass the water that's cooling our oxygen. Once the water in the pipes gets too warm, it gets bypassed, and I thought we'd use this water to trickle over our natural gas gens. So I've put a little bit of piping in here that should give us priority, I think, but I just want to get the rest of this built first, and then we can figure it out. This is all on a priority 8, so they're sort of just cracking on with this for now. So, critters-wise, we've also had a few slicksters hatched down here, because we were storing our slickster eggs down here for some reason. So yeah, these eggs are going to hatch soonish. I think the gulpfish egg, when I looked before... Oh, for fuck's sake, let me select the gulpfish egg. There we go. It's at 7%, so I probably do need to build a little tank for this. But I'm curious as what Mex has said. No clue. Yeah. Need to make temperature for gulpfish between 0 and 5. That's perfect for them. I was going to use my slush geyser. My thinking was, we're getting a massive build-up of liquid in here. So if I took 50% of the feed from this and put it into a separate tank, I think that would be absolutely fine. And I could maybe do it up here, or just build a little room for it here. I just really want to see how well they work. And my other thought was, I could maybe do it with petroleum in a build with water in the same tank. Petroleum and water. Or oil and water. Because then they'd go into the oil for the temperature, but they'd clean the water in where the water was. I'm sort of a bit undecided how to do it. But I've not played with them before, so we'll crack on with that shortly. I've got a bit of time to wait before the egg hatches, and I want to get this up and running first. So that is the plan. Other than that, I've not really done anything else in the base, just sort of where we left off. One thing I did do, I put in 2 more massage tables, because we were still working on 2 massage tables, and stress was starting to rise a little bit, because I had them working in a shitty area. So I had 1 massage table in the middle, I just ripped it out and put 2 in. And that's about it really, that's all that's changed. We're still getting the odd Dreco falling down here. I don't know why it's happening or how it's happening, but we'll just murder him every now and again. One thing I do want to do today, and I'm going to do it right now, is put in some plastic beds. So, how much is a sexy bed? Is it 200? What am I looking for? It's 200. I should be able to put them all in, I think. Let's get rid of all these beds. Get rid of all this crap. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I should be able to fit them all in. I just need to remember who my narcos were, because I'll probably still disable my beds for my narcos. Banhi and Lyra. Let's do that. Probably shouldn't have done this right at fucking bedtime, but never mind. I usually build for oxygen, slightly modified, but in essence, same cooling setup. I posted 2 pics on Discord if you want to see. Oh, let's have a look. Is it only talk? Oh, very nice. Hold on a sec. Let me just pause this. We'll just have a look at him, Leppy. So Leppy's done a slightly larger version of my build by the looks of it. Let's open this in Firefox. I've got that thing that browser switcher now, by the way. It works absolutely beautiful, so I don't have to keep opening Chrome midstream, which obviously always fucks things up. There we go. This is Leppy's version. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. So you've got 6 pumps in here, 4 electrolyzers. Oh, beautiful. It's a nice little build, isn't it? Obviously, you've got less pumps at the top here. I didn't really need to put 2 or 3 in, but I just whacked them in because I wasn't sure what my throughput would be. But yeah, that's real nice. Supplying your hydrogen gens there. Beautiful, Leppy. Yeah, I'm glad it helped, bud. Seems to be a nice little build. It just, you know, for a little bit of refined metal, I mean, it cost us quite a bit of refined metal early on, but we had loads of it, so quick granulator setup wasn't a problem. Or rock crusher, whatever it is. Wasn't really a problem to get. Yes, and that's supplying how many dupes? 19 dupes and 16 exosuits. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's put Banhi in here and just disable it. Nice. We'll do a bit of a sweep up in here in a minute as well. Put 2 additional thermosensors to stop intake of slush guys if it gets too cold. Put in more temp shift. Helped a lot with distributing temp evenly. Nice. Well, I say I didn't want to cool the upper gases. I only want to cool this localized area. I don't care what temperature this is up here, because it's hydrogen that's going to hydrogen gen, so I don't want it cooled, or it's oxygen that hasn't made its way down here yet. So I only want to cool this immediate area, which is why I've done it very localized, like two or three temp shift plates behind the pump, and that's it. But I suppose you could just cool the whole chamber. It doesn't really matter. What the fuck's happened here? I think we've got a nuisance packet of gas in here somewhere, and I don't know why. Why would my meal lice have rotted? How was meal lice rotted? How the fuck? Oh, there's one little tiny bit of polluted oxygen. Okay. We've got 20 grams of polluted oxygen trolling my food. That sucks balls, actually. I'd very much like a dupe to come and breathe that. Piss on it. I don't really care about balm lily flowers. What's this? Ugh. I do care about pinch of pepper nuts getting rotten. Let's put this there. And let's kick this out as well. Fuck's sake. I really don't care about meal lice, but I do care about them just rotting for no reason. Let's kick all that out. What's in here? This is my sleep wheat. I really don't want this going bad either. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's put... Oh god, I'm getting a lag, so I clicked on a sleep wheat compactor. Let's just slap a compactor there. That could be for sleep wheat. Fuck! Rotten sleep wheat grain. I wonder how much I've lost. Piss on it. Let's put a compactor down here. God damn it. One tiny little packet of polluted oxygen is just trolling me. That sucks. Right, let's copy you. What the fuck? Oh, I hate this compactor lag. It's crazy. Right, let's kick you out. Oh, what the fuck, game? Jesus Christ. Right, Let's put rotten stuff down here. Rock piles, 9. Let's get them out of there so they don't start turning into polluted dirt and creating more polluted oxygen. Really annoying. By the way, if you see me start sweating and flushed and getting hot and cold and stuff, as I say, I'm a little bit peaky at the moment. I'm a little bit there. So, I keep getting hot flushes like some menopausal lady. I'm not feeling so good. 2 cents on ore gate, forgot to say that. Most synthetic was on the right side, the part was getting close to 0. Left part was at like 10. Using insulated pipes, so my slush geyser water didn't heat up slightly like yours. It was coming in at -10. Ah, I see. Yeah, I've not fully understood why the pipes were changing temperature. It seems to be pretty stable now. Like this water is -6. I think all it was doing, it was cooling the pipes down and not the surrounding area. So it's not like it's affected the gas around it. Otherwise, this gas would be blue in the local area. I think it's just literally changed the temperature of the pipe. But my water isn't -10, don't forget, because I had warmer water in this tank. So my slush guys, although it comes out at -10, some of my heat gets transferred to cool the cold generator and battery down here. And also this little area here is getting some of the temperature too. So my water was never going to be -10, it was always sort of -6, -7. But that's fine, honestly, I don't really care. Captain Jack Sparrow, good evening, buddy, how are you? Water exits around 70 degrees, and then cooling some of my transformers, then into sieve to get a fixed 40. Cooling some transformers. So how high are you taking the water before you put it through the sieve though, Leppy? There's no point cooling it if it's at like, putting it through a sieve if it's at like 40 or 50. You want to get it to it's like 90 and then put it through a sieve. Oi mate, how you going? Oh, you bloody wanker, hey, oi right. Heckins, I don't know what that was. Are you trying to be a Britishman? Is that what you were going for? If so, excellent work. You nailed it. You absolutely nailed it. I don't know how this is going to do temperature-wise. I'm thinking this should start balancing out when it gets more gas in the room. When I first turned it on and it was like a vacuum, obviously all the machines went to like 40-odd degrees, but I think now that there's a bit of natural gas in here, it should start being alright. It should be okay. Where's my clock sensor? Here. Let's turn that on for a sec, see if it gives me enough time for stuff to drop down. Fertilizer should all end up down here, all being well. Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. So half a percent seems beautiful just to let it drop down. We'll do that once a day. That is fine. I do have fertilizer being collected in these loaders, but obviously my conveyor rail isn't actually connected to anything yet. So I think we did need fertilizer. I don't remember where we got some from. Oh, we were making some here. Of course we were. Right. I might just put a receptacle down here for now. Yeah, fuck it. We'll let it build up in there. It's fine. Obviously, we did wrangle or hatched some sage hatchlings, which we'll use as well. I need to build a little room for them. But first, I just want to let them build this room, and then we can get this sealed up, and away we go. I'm very well, thanks, Heckins. How are you, buddy? How's it going? It's cooling 15 transformers, but half inactive still, so it's getting to sieve at around 40 degrees. Didn't make my power plant yet, doing that now. Ah, I see. Making 16 natural gas gens and 45 synths for starters. Jesus, mate, you are going big. Fair enough. To be honest, since I started using automation on the transformers to toggle them on and off, I probably could have cooled this entire room with one Weezwarp, because it just generates so little heat now. The only heat you get is from your smart batteries, and they don't generate much anyway. So using the automation between smart battery and transformer for each circuit basically reduces the amount of heat that these battery banks make anymore. So I'll probably just do this in future, the same sort of build but with one Weezwarp, and I think that'll be plenty. As long as you've got oxygen or hydrogen in the room, I think it'd be absolutely plenty. So I'm not going to worry too much about cooling that sort of stuff. My, as I say, my natural gas gens here I'm just going to trickle over the output water from here, which won't even be that frequently, but it should cool it off enough, I think. And also the toilet water will go over here. So like this sort of toilet water will trickle over. Although in fairness, I probably don't want the toilet water going over it. It's like 70 degrees. Yeah, fuck it. The toilet water's fine. I don't care. For the amount we get, it's nothing. And then yeah, this pump at the bottom will collect any water output by the generators as well, and that will feed into the fertilizer synths as a primary line. And then if the fertilizer synths don't get enough water from this, we'll top it up from this tank here. So that's what's basically going to happen. This is like the holding tank before it gets to our holding tank, if that makes sense. That was the thinking anyway. So we'll crack on and get all this built. I think this is all priority 8. So they should be doing this pretty urgently. The only problem is they're still doing stuff like this at the moment because we had so much polluted dirt down here. They're still cracking on getting this tidied out. Which honestly is fine. We need to get rid of the 30 tons of polluted shit that we had, so we'll just let them do that first. Travaldo. Have you done this? Yeah, we'll get you doing this as well. Beautiful. I do want to do a good sweep up at some point. We've got lots and lots of stuff that needs sweeping up. Okay. I'm just going to do a few bits and bobs with the priority 9 as well, just whilst I think on. Because I want to crack open this carbon dioxide geyser. But to do that... in order to do that, I need to make a liquid lock here. Because this bastard is going to be warm. Very warm. Very toasty. Actually, I don't know if to use a... I don't know whether to use the mechanized lock, you know, like this one that we've got up here. Although I have noticed this failing a few times, like by the looks of it, it's failed now. It isn't as reliable as I would have liked, and you can tell that by the fact that it's actually cold out here. This has failed a few times. Maybe that'd be a better approach for us, though. We also used a small slush geyser. Only using 500 grams a second for it to cool down the oxygen. Bigger one stockpile, I'm not sure what I'll use it for yet. It's producing 1.67 kilograms a second. Maybe gulpfish then, Leppy. Maybe a similar thing to what I've got planned. A gulpfish thing, just turn it into pure water. 3 doors lock. That's what I'm thinking, Mex, but as I say, this one, it bothers me that it fails every now and again. And we could do... That'll leave me room for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 exosuits, which would be plenty for our oil, I think. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Set it so 2 or 3 dupes can pass it and use 1 second filter. What do you mean, sorry, Max? What do you mean, buddy? I'm just wondering if we could do it with, slightly differently with more airlocks. Like, it does just not work sometimes. Maybe it needs a delay on it. Could do it with a buffer and a filter gate, and then we can guarantee that it always makes a vacuum, but then it still gets fucked as soon as another dupe goes through. Fails with dupes passing close, and the 1 sec filter helps too. Well, what did we set this one to in the end? Because I'm pretty sure that the guy that came up with this said that the 0.1 was the best speed for it. When we tried it with 1 second, it ended up with dupes getting stuck and bouncing back and forth, which sucks. So how can we set it so that 2 or 3 dupes can pass it? How would that work? Jeez, I'm out of refined metal. Let's leave that for a minute. Yeah, just to explain the natural gas gens, I've basically set up all the plumbing and stuff. I've also got a little pump up here for if we ever want to get some of the polluted oxygen out of here. I doubt we will, but in case we ever do, maybe we'll do something with puff to something in the future, I don't know. But I've got a little pump here with a pipe that I can get to later. All the carbon dioxide is going to come down this pipe here, which is going to this bridge, which currently I don't know if I'm going to feed straight to slicksters or put into our storage tank. Likewise, the natural gas is coming from this pump. Now, there are 12 natural gas gens in here, and I think that needs like 700 and odd grams a second of natural gas. Well, we've only got a single pump feeding it, so chances are they're not all going to get a constant feed, but if they're inactive for long enough with automation, hopefully the pipe will stay filled for when they do need to toggle on, but we'll see. 0.1 is fine with low traffic. Well, this is what I'm saying, Mex. How can you allow more dupes to come through? Like, just setting it to 1 second won't fix that. That won't work at all. What I might do is insulate it on this side, put some bislight on this side, and dig out from this side. Then I'm just going to let this out. I'm just going to let it flood this area. We'll dig down to slickster level then. I'm going to seal this off here. We'll leave access down this side for now. And we'll put some suits in there. And for now, my dupes will be able to come in here and still wrangle the slicksters and stuff. I don't know how we're doing in this room at the minute. I think we're okay, honestly. I'm just waiting to hopefully get a molten slickster just by chance, but I can't remember what the chance is. It's 2% for a molten slickster. And I can't be asked warming this up to 100 degrees yet, so I think we'll just take it as that for now.